All right, guys, go ahead. Special teams questions. Let's hear it.
How has special teams impacted the team's season so far?
Well, I mean, I think it's certainly provided some energy for us. We talk about it a lot. I think that everybody says special teams or the kicking game is a third of the game. I don't think the percentages bear that out, but they're important. They're all big play opportunities for both teams. And so I think we've done a good job. I think we've been clean in most of what we do, but do I think we've maxed out and reached our potential? No, I don't think that. So another test this week. Allendale's good, and we're going to have to play very well in the kicking game to give ourselves a chance.
What's the reasoning for big play buffs for players?
Oh, you guys want the big play buffs, right? Like what? How many we got here? Okay. We use different motivational things every year. One year I think it was truckers hats and obviously in college football, you've seen some of the big play buffs, which then was a residual from the turnover chain, which everybody in America copied. But the sunglasses for us, like if you make a big play within the scheme of what we're trying to do, you can earn those. But for us, it's sort of beyond just the sunglasses. Like we need to be good on special teams. Like it is a big focus of Coach Cope's in our program. So like to incentivize student athletes is not a bad thing. I mean, when you guys were all little, you guys were in elementary school and you guys all had the popcorn party with pajama day, and you probably had to have some good behavior for that. I don't think that would work, so we got sunglasses instead.
What do you think of your special teams performance in the first 3 games?
We've been all right. I think we've scored touchdown. I think we've been fairly decent in the kickoff return game. At St. John's, we were sort of all over the place, so it wasn't totally great. But it's hard to do because special teams, I see them in pre-practice and I get a session, sometimes 2 in practice, but usually just 1. So we have to do a lot of work, whether it's scheme, whether it's technique, whether it's new things or scouting report. We have to do a lot in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So it's a lot of activity, but I think we've had a good start to the year. I think guys that have now just gone on and graduated since I took over special teams know exactly what I'm talking about, but we've got a ways to go, but we're off to a good start.
And to build off of that, are there any players that performances have stuck out to you in the first 3 games?
Sure. I would say that in the return game, Cy Behrens has had a good start to the year. He's had a couple big kickoff returns, and I think he's had a big kickoff return in all 3 of the games. But I would also say somebody that maybe you wouldn't see is AJ Friedrichsen has played pretty well on punt return for sure, and Lincoln Phillips too. Those 2 can really run, and the conversations I have with them in pregame, they're locked in. They know exactly what we do. We time everything out, so we try to figure it out. But those 3, I think, have been standouts. But you've had a lot of standouts. I thought Gabe Scrotenborg kicked the ball really well last Friday at Fruitport, and so when you're a turf team and you play on grass, it's hard sometimes. So he's been working on that this week, and but we've had some people play all right for sure.
Last question.
Yeah.
Is there any connection to how you coach now and how you were coached in high school?
Well, the answer is yes. Is it a big connection? It was bigger when I started coaching than it is now. Every coach, when you're young, you sort of replicate the way you were coached. Now, this is my 29th year. My 3rd year as a special teams coordinator, but 29th year coaching high school football. You sort of become who you are. I think if you, in the coaching realm or in a lot of things, if you try to copy somebody else's style, you at one point look in the mirror and feel like you're not really being yourself. So I am what I am. But, I think that the big thing that I probably have carried over is there's a standard of how we do things. We clearly communicate that, and then we try to reach that standard. I think that is probably the way that Gen Z probably wants it and probably should get it. This is what we're trying to do. This is how we're going to do it. Let's go get better at doing it. So other than that, anybody else? No books? No, you guys, anybody reading books? Nobody in the football beat reporter is reading books. All right, next week I'm asking the question. We better have some answers. So get to the library.